I don't think companies invest enough training in what I would call the real true sales skills. They'll spend a lot of money teaching them to read off the spec sheet, and they can talk features and benefits. It's further complicated, and I'd love to hear what Dan has to say related to this as well, because he, being in the world of data, I wonder if this resonates. I think we have the problem starts getting even bigger, because now you've got younger people coming into the sales workforce, and many of them don't want to pick up the phone. They want to tweet. They want to communicate over email. They want to text you. So, you know, how do we get them to understand that the telephone, in my opinion, is still a really great tool and one of the best, right? Because you've got to connect with that person. So I couldn't agree more, Andy, and it's very disappointing that we seem to be sliding back in terms of making sure sellers have the right sales skills, and the basics are horrible. You'll love this story. So I just read a blog post about a friend of mine who very interested in purchasing a new software system, made it very clear what they wanted to do, took 2 weeks for somebody to actually call him back. Then they made a big excuse about how their lead system was broken, and it just went south from there. So, I mean, you're right. Somebody expresses interest, you can't even get a call back? That's crazy. I think everything that we have talked about applies to inside and outside sales. If you're in a role that requires you to prospect and follow up on leads and, you know, do homework before sales calls, yeah, then these approaches can work. And, you know, to the question that came earlier, Miles, you know, there again, I think somebody's focusing on the number. How many times do you send an email? How many times do you send a phone, you know, make the phone call? I think Anthony's right, and we've all said it. It starts with the quality of the message. For myself personally, I just wouldn't actually start there. I personally don't start with email and phone calls to strangers. So, because that's where we see that something like less than 10% of people will respond to an email or a phone call from someone they don't know. But like all of you talking to executives, I know that if the message sounds like there might have some value and you've done a little bit of homework, rather just sending a pitch, now you're more likely, although you will still need to pursue. And then finally, Andy, you are so right on. People need to stop being persistent about the wrong type of activity.